Alright guys, so I am at the location of the Alligator Pond Cemetery. It's quiet out here. Very quiet out here. And it's cemetery has some overgrown shrubs, but not that bad at all. My first time here in Alligator Pond. What can I say about? I don't know why they call it Alligator Pond. I don't know why they call it Alligator Pond, but I think that's something that I should have, study and try to know. But obviously, I don't know. Alligator. All right, let's go into some reading and find out the history of some of the individuals buried here. Oh my God, I made the mistake of not carrying my umbrella. So my phone might start heating up. So here we have three graves. Three graves. That one over there has no headstone yet, so I'm gonna read the middle one. And the middle one, it says, in loving memory of Friedel, that's Friedel L. Banton, December 10, 1952 to November 9, 2012. It says, sadly missed by wife, Elaine, children, grandchildren, brothers, and friends. So that's the grave of Friedel L. Banton. And beside him, we have the grave of, it's a in precious memory of Tanisha Philippa Banton Ibangs, October 2, 1976 to September 11, 2016. Say, those we love don't go away, they walk beside us every day. A loving wife, daughter, sister, mother, aunt, teacher, and friend. I assume that Tanisha is the daughter of Mr. Friedel Banton. Banton. I just assume that. He was born in 1952 and she was born in 1976. So he could have had her when he was about 24 years old. So I assume that's, um, you know, father and daughter. And here we have the grave of, it's in loving memory of Noel W. Brown, December 19, 1959, and died May 20, 2000. Rest in peace. So this is Noel. And beside him is another grave here. I think they must be related why they put it so close. It's still under construction. And we have some house grave there. House graves. But they tend to not put any names on the house graves. So, we don't know who those are. Look at this one. This is a truck. I assume this person used to drive a truck. Yeah. It's a nice truck. I like the design of it. I like the design. So this person used to drive a truck. That's my assumption. They used to drive a truck. And it's well designed. It's all concrete. But there's nothing written on it. Let me see if there's any name. I just see Mr. D at the front. Mr. D. So I assume Mr. D was a truck driver. There's some other graves here also, but they have no names. You know, no names. All right, so we have a grave here freshly building. Assume this person will be buried soon. So grave still be in building. I think they're finished right now. Uh, so you have the black down there to put the casket on. This is another house grave, and it's the grave of it is the grave of Paula Murphy, May 11, 1975 to September 2, 2019. Missed by sisters, brothers, aunt, and nephews. So this is the grave of Paula L. Murphy here at Alligator Pond. And there's some other Murphy behind her. Here we have the grave of what's that? Uh hold on. Okay. So it's in loving memory of a mother and grandmother, Clenis Adassa Murphy. February 7, February 7, 1943 to May 4, 2019. And beside her is the grave of Alvin Murphy. August 27, 1933 to October 24, 2004. So I would assume that these are husband and wife. Okay, these are husband and wife. These are husband and wife. And Paula, who was born in 1975, is either a daughter. She could be a daughter. Okay, so you have Paula Murphy, um, Clenis Murphy, and Alvin Murphy. Look at this grave. This grave is in the shape of a boat. This is the first time I'm actually seeing a grave in the shape of a boat. And it says sunny. Sunny. Alligator Pond is known for its fishing, so I'm assuming this individual was the operator or owner of a boat. And there's some writings here. It says departed, leaving children, grand and great grandchildren, relatives, and friends. On the top of the thing here, it says, in loving memory of Orth Neil Wright, sunrise November 9, 1932, sunset November 26, 2022. So he was born in 1932, died 2022. And on this side it says, a man well loved and respected, rest in peace. So this is the resting place of Nail Wright. No doubt he was maybe a fisherman. Maybe a fisherman. I like it. It's awesome. We are at the graves of Agatha Rowe. She was 72 years old when she died on October 5, 2004. Agatha Rowe. And beside Agatha, we have Monica Crawford Bailey, June 10, 1958, and died June 6, 2000. Here we are at the resting place of Hilda May Sinclair, June 10, 1912 to December 12, 2002. Hilda May Sinclair. That's a long life. 1912 to 2002. How old was she? You do the maths. Here we are at the grave of, you're not seeing it well, it says, in cherished memory of a dear mother, Edna May Sampson, born March 1, 1918, died January 28, 1981. So, and beside Edna May Sampson, we have Monica Elaine Sampson. So they are relatives. And she was born in 1946 and she died in 2023. So it's likely that Monica was the daughter of Edna over there. We have here another Samson. You say in cherished memory of a dear husband and father, Raphael E. Sampson, born November 15, 1920, died October 27, 1973. So he was about 52 year old, which means that these two people over there, Monica and Edna, probably were at his funeral. So this is the grave of Raphael E. Sampson. Here's another grave in grilled around. This is the grave of Elva Roy McPherson, born November 4, 1935 and died this October 31, 2013. Alva Roy McPherson. Nice styling there. And over here we have this nice grave. This says, in loving memory of my loving husband, George Dorset, who departed this life on May 4, 1975, age 47. 47 is young. I wouldn't say that's old. 47, he could live until now, because if he was 47 in 1975, it's like it's almost 50 years later, so I guess he would be in his 90s, right? But he died at age 47 in 1975. That's George Dorset. And it says, in loving memory of my loving husband. So I assume that would be the wife. I don't think she's still alive. It's almost 50 years later. And oh, here's a grave beside it. Maybe this is the wife. This one say, in loving memory of Virus May Dorset, born May 12, 1912, died September 6, 1998. If you notice, the both of them are grilled around in the same place. So this is her. This has to be her. This is the wife. This is the wife of George Dorset. So when her husband died back in 1975, she had it written on his grave saying, "In loving memory of my loving husband." And so after his death in 1975, she lived until 1998. Almost 25 years later that she would join him here. It has to be the case. So that's the wife, the husband. I like the trees over here. The trees allow over here to be very cool, to be a nice little place to just relax. And over there is a church. I'm not sure what church it is, what's the name of that church over there, but that's a church. So I guess some of the funeral here happened just across the street. And why not? It would be very convenient. This is the grave of O'Keen Garden, June 22, 1977 to September 25, 2013. You were young, O'Keen. Here's a grave with a fish. This person must have been a fisherman, or they just had loved to eat fish. And it says Devon Nelson, 1977. That's October 2, 1977 to October 12, 2009. Again, another young person. He was about in his early 30s. Devon Nelson. And beside Devon, we have Ardeen Ashwayne Parchment. So that's Ardeen Ashwayne Parchment. Booby. It was called Booby. Sunrise, September 10, 2016 to March 1, 2022. That's young. 2016 until 2022. That's young. Was about 6 years old. And this is the grave of Herbert Charles Peter. Have I ever heard that name before, Peter? It's the in loving memory of a beloved husband and father, Herbert Charles Peter, born January 22, 1942, died September 2, 2004. We have some graves over here also. You can see the things are growing up. They're growing up, those little trees. I don't know what to call them. Those little thing right there. They just grow up in the place. Here we are at the grave of, it says, forever in our hearts, Lunette, uh, what's that? Lunette Ibang, Ibangs? What do you call that? I would say Ibang. 1937 to 2013, and beside her is Sonia May Gordon. I don't know, no, but people who name Sonia tend to not live long, you know. They tend to die young. Sonia May Gordon, September 7, 1955 to May 5, 1988. So Sonia was about 33 years old or 32 when she died. She was a beloved wife and mother, as it is said on her grave there. Yeah, as I was saying, persons who are called Sonia tend to die young. I don't know why, but it happens. And talking about young, here we're passing some really young graves here. These are young people. This one say, there's no name, the name is all rubbed out. They say, born February 23, 1974, and died at 18 months. So this grave is here from 1974. And here's a little teeny weeny one here. A little teeny weeny one. And it says born December 13, 1984, died January 1, 1988. He oh so whether up, let me see if I can figure the name out. Like it says, I see Nelson. So I'm not sure. Maybe Kemar Nelson. I'm not sure. Okay, but this person would have been in my age group, just months apart. Over here we have the grave of Isilda Thomas, born May 22, 1942, died May 14, 2012. And it says, sleep in peace, mama. I love the design of this grave I'm approaching. I love the design. It's nice. There's two angels here at the foot, two ducks at the top, at the head part. Who this grave belongs to? This is the grave of, let's see if I can zoom it up. This is the grave of Alfrifa Christian, and she was called Boom. Born July 26, 1991, and died July 11, 2017. She was young, 1991, and she died in 2017. She was in her what, 20s? Yeah, she was in her 20s when she died. And here is some graves here that are all in. There's two angels at the front. May I enter? May I get permission to enter? Okay. And we are looking at the grave of Daswell Spence, the 20th of the 4th, 1918 to the 17th of the 11th, 1987. Daswell Spence. And there's another grave there by Daswell, but there's nothing written on it. And when there's nothing I can say. This person was just buried recently. Also, lot of love being shown there by those wreaths. And the person's buried beside someone who was buried a long time ago. This one says, in loving memory of our dearly beloved Mistress Lena Broomfield, wife, mother, grandmother, sister, aunt, and friend, your memories will live in all of us forever. Sleep in peace. And at the bottom there, you'll see when she was born, and it says April 13, 1942 to September 8, 1989. And that's a picture of her. Mistress Lena Bloomfield. And this person, I assume, is part of the family, just joined her. There's no name there. Let's go over here to the edge. Here we're looking at the picture of a lady. Says, in loving memory of a dear aunt, Myra Dossett. 1921 to 2009. And that's a picture of her right there. Picture is getting a little fuzzy. Alright guys, sorry for the camera shaking, but I'm not using anything. I'm just holding the phone in my hand. So the camera will shake. The camera will shake like that. Here we are at the grave of, say, in loving memory of a dear mother and grandmother. Here I go with the name spelling now. I don't know what that is. I know the middle name is Hyacinth. The last name is Marshall. And that's a picture of her. So she was born 1946 and she died in 2010. Here we are at a picture of a guy. Look like he was a musician. He looks like he was a musician. This one says, in loving memory of a dear husband, father, grandfather, great grandfather, brother, uncle, and friend, Leopold George Wright, who was called Bonnie, October 9, 1941 to February 7, 2017. And this is the picture of Bonnie. And below his picture it says, be on your guard, stand firm in faith, be courageous, be strong. 1 Corinthians 16 verse 13. God bless. That's Bonnie. Ava Madeline Heath. All right, I'm just showing you the name. You guys can read it for yourself. There it is. 1956 to 2022. And she's beside Lorna Marcia, the same last name. Heath. And this is the grave of Lorna. So Lorna died first. Lorna died in 2020. Since the both of them were born in the 1950s, I'll assume that these are sisters. Because she over there, Ava, was born in 1956 and Lorna was born in 1952. So, and here's another one again. Another with the same last name, James Hills. Hello, sir. You have a lot of AKs. You have Jazz, Pirate, Trevor. He has a lot of names there going for him. So people call him by different names. Errol Robinson, Quatty. He was called Quatty. Born February 23, 1951, died April 3, 2021. Quatty. Okay, Quatty. Some of these graves, they have headstone that don't survive for long, and some of them don't have headstone. Look at that one over there. It's just so bland. Nothing. Look at those one there. It just depends on memory to know who was buried there. Come on, guys. Even when they were concreting it off, you could have just marked some name in it. You know? Give it a name. This is a recent grave, and they have a wreath in the shape of a boat. As again I say, Alligator Pond is a fishing community. Fishing community. Wow, here we are at the grave of Louise Adina Cassels. Cassels was called Aunt Louise. January 31, 1925 to October 18, 2014. She lived long. She lived long. She lived long. It's a long time, Miss Louise. And it shows on her face there in that picture that she had lived a long life. And she's now resting here at Alligator Pond Cemetery. Let me go over here under this cool tree to see whose grave is this. Oh, she's giving that pose. Look at her. Look at that pose. I don't know if you can see it good, but look at it. She's posing that nice dress. Say, precious are the memories of Janice and Barrett Mason. So her husband was Mason. So it's Janice and Barrett Mason. Sunrise August 14, 1968 to sunset January 2, 2017. Okay. So she was in her 40s when she died. And beside Janice, we have Phyllis. Phyllis May Lincoln. March 18, 1922 to March 8, 2014. So she was born in March, died in March, age 91. Wow, you have a long life, Phyllis May Lincoln. It's a huge cemetery up here. A huge cemetery. When I first came here, I thought, okay. When I first came here, I thought it was a small cemetery. But as you can see, it's huge. It is huge. Look at this small one here. No writings on it. It goes all the way back down there. All right, let me see who. Oh, oh my God, oh my God. This guy look like a influencer, social media influencer. This is Tate Patrick Wallace. What happened to you, Tate? Tate Patrick Wallace, born December 7, 1989, died January 29, 2022. So he was in his 30s. And below it is written, my son, of all the precious gifts in life, however great or small, to have you as my son was the greatest gift of all. I miss you with every beat of my broken heart. These are the words of a grieving mother. These are the words of a grieving mother. I don't know what happened to Tate. Hopefully I find something. But you died in your prime, Tate. Tate Patrick Wallace. And behind Tate, we also see again the grave of a young guy. This is the grave of Luncon Bailey. Bale. Is it Bailey or Bale? Somebody correct me in the comment section. It says, in remembrance of an extra special son and brother, Luncon Bale. October 22, 1993 to November 27, 2018. I made a mistake. I made several mistakes before coming here. One mistake, I didn't bring my umbrella. And the second mistake, I did not bring any water. So now I'm getting hoarse And there's literally no shop. No shop nearby. There's no shop. No nearby shops. Lena Dolores Lindsay, 1940 to 1989. She looked good. She looked nice. I'm not sure how far back this cemetery goes, but it goes way back. All the way over there. So it needs a little brushing up, and over here needs a little brushing up. I'm not sure who is responsible for this cemetery. Is it a parish council cemetery? I don't think it's a private owned cemetery. Who knows? It could be. It could be a private owned cemetery, but who knows? Right? We just don't know. I saw this man's grave from a way over there. This, it says Winston Roy Powell, August 31, 1959 to May 27, 2020. Sadly missed by wife, children, grandchildren, brothers, sisters, nephews, and nieces and nephews. So he was born in 1959. He died in 2020. How old was that? I don't know. About 59. Woo. Oh my word. The breeze is lovely out here. And this is the grave of Pauline Rose Banton, P Gal. She was affectionately called P Gal. She was born on June 15, 1954, died August 24, 2018. Pauline Rose Banton. Oh, there's some graves down there, but I'm not going down there at all. Okay, so I passed this big grave here. This big grave. Let me see who it belongs to. Oh, there's a picture. This face looks familiar. It says, in loving memory of Derek Noel Johnson, April 1, 1970 to May 2, 2013. Says, I miss his smile, his cherry way. We miss the things he used to do. No, he used to say. Let me say that again. It says, I miss his smile, his cherry way. We miss the things he used to say. And when old times we often recall, it's then we miss him most of all. Patrick Noel Johnson. Kind of look like a taxi man. I don't know. 1972, 2013. Look at this grave. I don't know what the concept is behind it. I'm not sure what the concept is, but it looks good. However, it does not have any writing. It could have had something installed to let us know who's buried there, but there's nothing installed there. And behind it is a grave in the shape of, what's that in it? That's the shape of a settee. I don't know. That must be the shape of a settee. Well, the grass, it seems to be the one. The grass, that's not grass. This is not grass. No, this is not grass. Bush. I'm stepping on a baby's grave here. Bush, 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 bush. Oh, bush, bush, bush. Oh, bush, bush. My bush, bush. Oh, bush. And more bush in Alligator Pond. Alligator Pond. Whoa. I saw this man smiling from I was all the way over there. Oh, it's not a man, it's a woman. It's a woman. It's a in loving memory of Andrea Maureen Evans. No, there's one of my subscribers says not Evans. It's Ev Evans or Evans. So you see, I read your comments and I try to correct myself. I said Evans a lot in another video. So one of my subscribers say I must say as if I'm saying heaven. So I should say Evans. All right. So in loving memory of Andrea Maureen Evans, and she was called Gia. And it says October 8, 1985 to May 11, 2023. A loving daughter, sister, aunt. She served and kept the faith. She concealed her tears, but shared her smiles, forever in our hearts. And that's her. And right on her shoulder there, you can see, I don't know, maybe it's a work button. Okay, Andrea, born in 1985, you're in my age group. You're in my age group, Andrea. You're way younger than me also. I was born before 1985. Yep, I was born before 1985. But that's how life is. There are going to be people who born before you and died before you. And there are going to be persons who born after you and died before you. A lot of people don't want to talk about their death, you know. They behave as if they're going to live forever. Whether you talk about it or you don't talk about it, you're going to kick the bucket at some point. Let's move on. Here, oh, she's smiling. Look at that smile. Okay, so this is the grave of Iris V. Mack, November 10, 1919, and died December 7, 2014. Sadly missed by all. All right, let's close off. Let's close off with this grave. There's no writing on it. There's no writing on it, but somebody decided to put one of the button in it as they were closing up. So this belongs to Omar Anthony Elliott, August 6, 1985. August 6, 1985 to March 2, 2014. So that's Omar Anthony Elliott. 1985 to 2024. And they also, not only the button, but they also put money here in his on his grave. You can see a $20, a $10. Who knows what they probably put inside of there also. That's nice, but remember Omar Anthony Elliott, where he is, he doesn't need money. So if you pack his casket with money, I'm telling you. I'm not saying any is in there for some loggerhead who might try to come and doing something, but putting money with the dead is, I think you should probably direct that money towards some worthy cause, you know. All right, guys, so this has been my tour of Alligator Pond Cemetery. Very cool, very relaxing, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in another interesting video as this. And as usual, after my video, I now have to wait for a taxi. And I think it's gonna be a long wait before I get a taxi. It's very quiet out here, almost in a boring way, you know. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you again. And if you haven't subscribed, remember to hit the subscription bell button, hit the notification bell so you can be alerted when I upload another interesting video. Thanks for watching.